Hi guys, it's Hani here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're gonna make caramel wafer bars. These are one of my favorites to make for Christmas. I don't make them too often so I don't get spoiled, but for Christmas it is a must. You're going to need cake wafer sheets. You can get these online or you can also look in Polish stores or Russian stores. They usually carry these. These are really popular in Europe and they can be used for a variety of desserts. I'm going to use some chopped and ground walnuts. You can also use pecans if you prefer, or you can just skip the whole walnut thing and make these plain. You're going to need granulated sugar, sweet condensed milk. We're gonna be working with hot mixture, so have some water on hand in case you burn yourself. And also you're gonna need some room temperature butter. So first I'm going to chop the walnuts. We're going to make caramel, so set your heat setting to medium-low. Add the sugar. Watch it carefully as it melts. Once sugar liquefies, move it around a little bit so you don't burn the sugar in spots. Once sugar burns, there's no good use for it because it has a really bitter taste. So you can see here, I already have nicely caramelized mixture here. You can see I have some lumps forming. That's okay, just lower the temperature to low and stir it. You can also press the lumps with a wooden spoon to dissolve them faster. Now I'm adding butter. Make sure you add the butter gradually. You don't want to add it all at once. It's gonna take some elbow grease to get the butter mixed into the caramel. For those of you who are wondering if you can double the recipe, although it is very much possible to double the recipe, I find it a little too hard to stir in all the butter into all that caramel. Unless, of course, you want to get a really good upper body workout and have arms of steel, then go ahead, double and triple the recipe. Once you stirred in the butter, we can gradually stir in sweetened condensed milk, and then we're gonna cook it for about 2 to 3 minutes. Be sure to leave this alone. Don't try to taste it. It's still very hot. I promise you, you'll have plenty of chances to taste it later when it cools. Now I'm adding my ground walnuts, and also we're gonna add chopped walnuts. I'm going to let it cool for about 5 minutes or so until it thickens a little bit. These are the cake wafers that I'll be using. I'm only going to need 3 cake layers, or 3 wafers, I should say. Now you're gonna spread the mixture with the spatula. You can see it's thickening up already. Take the wafer and press it firmly onto the filling and then repeat. For those of you who are allergic to nuts, you can also add some mini chocolate chips instead of walnuts or pecans. This is going to be the very top layer because I'm only doing 3 cake wafers. Really important with these is the resting time, and we are going to have to weight these down. So I'm going to put my magazines on the top and we have to let it rest overnight. And you can also use weights. At least I put them to good use, right? Mixture has cooled a little bit, so you can taste it now. And don't forget to clean the bowl as well. So now it's been resting overnight, so it's ready to be cut into bars. I'm going to trim the edges first because sometimes filling doesn't get all the way to the edges, and I want all the bars to have this yummy caramel filling. Usually I can just use the ridges on the wafers to cut it into bars, but for some reason this time I had it on a diagonal. So I'm going to basically measure, and then we'll cut it into long strips, and then we'll measure again and cut it again into the bars. You have to press the knife a little bit with your hand to get through all the layers. Now I'm going to align these, measure again, and cut the bars. Now these are basically ready at this point, but if you want to make them a little more festive, we can also dip them in chocolate. So I'm using some dark and milk candy melts. You can also use tempered chocolate. Take each bar and dip the end in chocolate. Shake off the excess and place it on a wax paper. If you don't feel like dipping it, you can just drizzle some chocolate on the top. We have to let these sit for about 15 to 20 minutes to let the chocolate harden. You can make these ahead of time. Store them in a cool place in an airtight container for up to 2 weeks, if they will last that long, because I'm pretty sure you're gonna devour these like in no time, especially if you are a caramel lover. These are really yummy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you tried the recipe. I'd love to hear your comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Merry Christmas!